Welcome back to Supernova Traveler. If you are new around here, thank you so much for joining. Or if you have been here more than once, please remember to subscribe, comment, and like another review of Married at First Sight, Season 11, Episode 11. Let's talk about sex, baby, yeah! Let's make a wish that Henry and Christina call it quits. Olivia tells Brett what's really on her mind. Amelia tells Bennet to clean while she does doctor stuff. Amani and Woody just stay in love. And left field Karen to learn what real masculinity is. Let's begin, shall we? We meet Miles and Karen in bed, and Miles asks Karen a crucial question about does she trust him? And all of a sudden today, Karen trusts Miles with her safety. Just throw her. Miles also asks, how do we build trust? I feel like Karen is killing Miles' luster. I always thought Miles was pretty mature, but in this conversation, he doesn't seem his jovial self. He just seems really down and just asking questions so he doesn't make her angry like last time.
But how do you think we can build trust?
Who are you throughout the difficult moments? Because I think it's easy to be the best version of yourself, like in the happy moments, right?
Yeah.
But like, how are you when you're angry? How are you when you're stressed? How are you when you're going through something? How are you when you're upset with me? You know, like, who are you in the not so happy moments?
Did everyone just hear what she said? Those are all the tests Miles have to take in her gameplay before they have sex. They then sit down with Dr. Viviana and they talk about how they still don't really feel married. And then Karen goes on this whole spiel about how she doesn't feel comfortable talking about sex because she's on television, her parents are watching. Look, we're on season 11. Season 11! There should not be these types of humps in communication on television.
And when it comes to closeness and connection, is that a struggle for you, or are you doing okay?
Some days I would say it's hard just because it's a lot to take in at once, you know, just being in front of the cameras, getting to know Miles.
I like romance. I like the cute stuff, you know, like to talk about my feelings and emotions.
Anywho, Dr. Viviana then goes on to destroy all of Miles' hopes by taking sex off the table and allowing them to just get to know each other better, which they've already been doing. Karen and Miles spend some quality time together. They go to the gym and they work out. So we all thought that big hearty Miles worked out, but I think we may have been wrong. We watch as Miles struggles to even do a lunge, but they finish the workout and they have a little cute quib at the end.
It was a good workout.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you like to work out?
Clearly more than you.
Shut the hell up. I meant to tell you,
What?
we got some firearms in the house.
Some what?
These guns, baby.
Karen and Miles go back to task, answering intimate questions to get closer. What I find hilarious about their dynamic is that the man is teaching the woman how to be intimate and how intimacy looks. It's just funny. Isn't it supposed to be the other way around? So nothing really happens with Amelia and Bennet this week. We start off Amelia and Bennet talking with Amelia's aunt, who Amelia states she is extremely close with. And it's basically just building bonds. They're continuously building bonds. They're continuously meeting new family members and making sure that those connections are strong. They're given a sexual exercise or intimacy exercise by Dr. Viviana, just talking about what they will do in the marriage to enhance or better their sex lives and intimacy while hugging. We meet Christina and Henry on the couch with Dr. Viviana, and by golly, Christina got it.
I have mentioned to her a couple of times, like I haven't really been, like I've dated like here and there for a bit over the past like handful of years, but it's been like nothing serious. So like I don't have practice with like basic things like opening up or communication or even like things like affection.
But you are married.
We're friends who are married right now, and that's the honest truth.
Okay.
We're friends who are married.
And that is what you will always be. Henry, why oh why did you sign up for a show called Married at First Sight with no true relationship experience? Like honestly, What do you think marriage is about, and how is it cultivated? Dr. Viviana leaves. They sit down to do their questions because, they need a script. And Henry opens up and is punched in the jugular when Christina tells him to get over it. Everyone knows that it is the worst thing to say to anyone who confesses their concerns or insecurities.
When I was younger and heavier, and it just makes me kind of, I guess overall it just makes me kind of like hard on myself. So I think I am not a very confident person because of it.
But for you, especially at 34 years old, almost 35, correct?
Almost.
I think it's important to have these discussions and to get over it.
I just can't with Christina. Just throw it all away. She is too narcissistic to be in a relationship or marriage with anyone. Later that evening, Henry meets up with Bennet and they talk about their relationships thus far. And Bennet gives the answer that Christina should have given.
As a society, when we hear the word confidence, we define that as this mentality where one experiences no amount of self-doubt, that they just like go forward into the world, they think the world of themselves, and they just like forge ahead. I really do think that it takes a certain degree of confidence to be able to self-reflect.
Henry goes back to the apartment and they again start to talk about the idea of confidence. And Christina describes herself as, I think I'm pretty confident. Yes, Christina, you're confidently insensitive. Henry can get to a place of confidence, but not with you, Christina. Not with you. And just to leave you off with something in regards to this relationship, here's another gut punch for Henry.
What would be the biggest deal breaker?
Confidence. The lack of confidence.
All right.
Thank you for dropping in and watching my review of Married at First Sight Part 1. Please hit the subscribe button. Let's get those subscribe numbers up to the same amount of numbers as views. Thank you so much and take care. I'll be right back.